It's late evening. You're booking a weekend trip to Mallorca because work has been a nightmare and you desperately need a beach. You find a flight on a popular budget airline for €45. Perfect. But you hesitate. You think, let me just double check with my friend if they can come. 10 minutes later, your friend replies, I'm in. You refresh the page. Suddenly, that exact same seat is €78. Your heart sinks. You feel the sudden surge of panic. Oh no, the seats are selling out. I have to buy it right now before it goes up to €100. You frantically enter your credit card details, feeling completely robbed, but relieved you caught it in time. Congratulations! You just got played by the mathematical algorithm designed to read your psychological state like a book. Welcome back to WebshopSavvy. Today we are pulling back the curtain on dynamic pricing and personalized tracking, the invisible forces that turn online shopping into a virtual stock market where the prices fluctuate based on how desperate you look. We're going to look at how airlines, hotels, and retail giants use your IP address, your cookies, and even your phone battery level to inflate prices. And because we love EU consumer law here, we are going to look at how the upcoming Digital Fairness Act is trying to put a legal chokehold on these shady algorithms, and the 3-step technical trick you can use to beat them today. Before we can beat the system, we need to understand the difference between a website being busy and a website actively hunting your wallet. The e-commerce industry loves to hide behind the term dynamic pricing. They say, oh, it's just supply and demand, like an auction. And look, to a degree that's fair. If a stadium holds 50,000 people and 1 million people want tickets to see Beyoncé, the price is going to climb. Airlines have been doing this for decades, using algorithms that track how many seats are left. But there is a dark, ugly twin brother to dynamic pricing, and it's called personalized pricing. Dynamic pricing means the price goes up for everyone because the flight is filling up. Personalized pricing means the price goes up just for you because the website has profiled your behavior and knows you are highly likely to buy it anyway. How do they know? Because every time you visit a booking site, you leave a trail of digital breadcrumbs. The algorithm checks your IP address, which tells them exactly what country and region you live in. It tracks how many times you search the same route or hotel. It also looks at your device profile. Browsing on a brand new iPhone or MacBook, you might get shown pricier options. Algorithms love to segment users by device. But the creepiest thing it tracks? Urgency. If you search for a flight from Brussels to Rome once, you're just browsing. If you search for it 3 times in 24 hours from the same IP address, the algorithm knows you need that flight. So it artificially bumps the price up by €30 to create panic. It triggers your FOMO. So you stop comparing prices and just hand over your card. It gets worse. Airlines and travel sites are master of what compliance experts call trip pricing. They lure you in with headline price, fly to Paris for €19. You think amazing, cheaper than a pizza. But then when you click next, want to sit next to your partner? That's €12. Want to bring a backpack that holds more than just a single toothbrush? That's €24. Admin fee, €5. Payment processing fee, €3. By the time you reach the final checkout screen, 20 minutes have passed. You are exhausted. That €19 flight now costs €85. And this is where the exhaustion tax kicks in. The algorithm knows that after spending 20 minutes typing in your passport number, your address, and your date of birth, you suffer from sunk cost fallacy. You are too mentally tired to close the tab and start all over again with a competing airline. You just click pay to make the suffering stop. Now, if you think this sounds incredibly abusive, unfair, and psychologically manipulative, you're completely right. And European regulators finally agree with us. Right now, EU policymakers are drafting the Digital Fairness Act, or the DFA. This is a massive revamp of online consumer protection laws specifically designed to tackle these exact algorithmic mind games. Under current EU rules, like the GDPR, companies are technically supposed to tell you if they are using automated profiling to change your prices. If you look closely at the deep dark corners of the airline terms and conditions, there's usually a sentence saying they use cookies to optimize pricing. But the Digital Fairness Act wants to completely change the burden of proof. EU Commissioner Michael McGrath has been very clear. The EU wants to outlaw practices that exploit consumer vulnerabilities. The DFA is targeting three specific things that will change the way we shop online forever. First, limits on exploitative personalization. To prevent companies from using your vulnerabilities, behavioral patterns, or psychological weaknesses to manipulate your decisions. Secondly, rules for unfair algorithmic manipulations. They are proposing rules where companies cannot increase the price of a ticket while you are standing in a digital queue. If you enter a queue for a €60 ticket, they cannot charge you €300 by the time you reach the front just because the algorithm saw high demand while you were waiting. Thirdly, stronger repricing enforcement. Mandatory fees like cabin bags for airlines must be displayed in the very first headline price, not snuck into the checkout 15 minutes later. The Digital Fairness Act is coming, but until it completely clears the legislative pipeline, the Wild West of online pricing is still active. So how do you protect your wallet tonight? You have to make yourself invisible to the algorithm. Here is the WebshopSavvy protocol for booking travel online. Step 1. The Incognito plus VPN. Never browse for flights or hotels in a normal browser window. Always open a private or incognito tab. This prevents the website from reading your historical cookies. But incognito mode does not hide your IP address. To fix that, use the VPN. It masks where you appear to be browsing from. Step 2. Cross-device sanity check. Do your flight research on your laptop, but when you're ready to buy, switch to your phone and use mobile data. A fresh device plus fresh IP gives you a cleaner slate than your home Wi-Fi, which has been obsessively Googling the same route for hours. Step 3. Call their bluff on the only 2 seats left warning. When a website says only 2 seats left at this price, it's usually a scarcity dark pattern. To test it, change your ticket seat from 1 person to 4 people. If the price per person doesn't budge, the 2 seats warning wasn't about the plane. It was about the algorithm trying to rush you. At the end of the day, online shops and airlines want to treat you like a variable in an equation. They want to measure your patience, your tiredness, and your desperation, and charge you accordingly. But remember, the algorithm is only smart if you feed it data. If you cut off its data by wiping your cookies, masking your IP, and refusing to panic, it has no choice but to give you the standard baseline price. Don't pay the exhaustion tax. Take a breath, clear your cache, and shop on your own terms. Have you ever caught an airline or a hotel aggressively bumping up prices while you were trying to book? What's the biggest price jump you've ever seen? Let me know in the comments below. I love a good algorithm story. If you want to keep your money where it belongs, in your bank account, make sure to subscribe to WebshopSavvy, hit that like button, and share this with anyone planning summer holiday. Until next time, stay savvy, protect your data, and shop safe. Bye!